Hey there. Okay, well, I think we're onto something. As I alluded in the last post when I showed the images of this bar that we've put together, and I think we're onto something. I think we're really close, if not we're there. So let me just go ahead and go through the process and describe where we are at right now. First, I'll talk about uh, the ingredients, just so you'll have an understanding of what's in there right now. We have organic, everything's organic. We have rolled oats that we've processed into flour, and we have pitted dates that have been soaked and processed and turned into paste. We have dried egg whites that have been rehydrated with just about 2 tablespoons of water. We have pumpkin seeds that are toasted. We have unhulled sesame seeds that are toasted. We have chia seeds, and we have a small ripe banana, 60 grams mashed. This whole batch right here is producing about 2 bars. And we also have cinnamon, vanilla extract, and a pinch of salt. And we're holding off on the preservatives for now because we don't need it. This is just a sample. So the preservatives, again, we're using mixed tocopherols. It's a natural antioxidant, but we're going to hold off on that for now until we get a real batch going that we need to send into the lab. So those are all the ingredients from the beginning after we um, decided to move away from the harvest bar with all the other savory ingredients, and we went into more of a sweet bar, natural sweet, that is. And so, but we've had to make some changes along the way, including like adding tablespoons, adding water. So we had a lot of trouble with moisture, and it turned out that we were using too much moisture in the egg whites when we were rehydrating them. So we backed off of it and we started gradually adding tablespoons. We ended up with 2 tablespoons for this batch. So 2 tablespoons of water did just fine, which basically is going to end up turning out to be about 1 tablespoon of water per bar. So, so we got 1 teaspoon of maple syrup, pure maple syrup that we've also added into it. And we needed something to pop. So we decided to try coffee. So we got some organic coffee beans and we ground them and put about 5 grams of the ground coffee into the mix. 5 grams of coffee produces about 50 milligrams of caffeine. So we're looking at about 25 milligrams of caffeine per bar, basically a quarter cup of coffee in each bar. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at right now. And so the big change that we've made, thanks to my wife, she said, "Why don't we get rid of the bar press and do something natural?" I said, "Well, why not? Let's try that." At first, I was thinking about, well, what are we going to do if we're not going to have the bar press? We're just going to smash them with our hands and make them look like a bunch of pralines stacked in a pile. But that's not what it turned out to be. It turned out to be something a little more uniformed because we're using the baking trays now. Basically, here's the bar, and we'll have it in the baking tray laid on some parchment paper, and we put parchment paper on this sheet as well, and we just smush them. We roll them up into balls, put them here, and we just flatten them out. And so I'm going to be putting like probably an inch block on these sheets to give us a stopper. So when we press down on them, we have a stopping point. So it will probably flatten out to about an inch thick to 4 inches in diameter. Right now, we're sitting at four and a, just shy under 4.5 inches, maybe 4 1/4 diameter, and I think it's 3/4 inch thick. So that's where we're at right now. Take a look at it. It even looks gritty, grit, grit bar. And I don't even know if that's what we're going to call it. My friend Jimmy gave me an idea to why don't we market these as a cookie? There's a lot of healthy bars out there. Why don't we market it as a cookie, which is a great idea. And so I'm stewing on that one, how we will brand that as perhaps a grit cookie. I don't know yet, but we'll get to that we'll get to that very soon. But that is a great idea. So I'm going to be stewing on that as we move forward. So now we have our mechanism for pressing these, which we can do these quickly now. After we mix them, smush them, put them in the oven, and there we have it. And we package them. The oven we're just basically dehydrating them. We're putting it in there for about 2 hours at 170 degrees just to get the water out. Um, it starts off at about 210 grams per bar, and after I dehydrate them, it should come down to about 200 grams per bar. So right now, if I weigh, let me just see what this bar is weighing at. It should say, because I only put it in there for an hour versus 2 hours, and it says exactly 205, 205 grams. So I bet if I would have left it in there for one more hour, it would have said 200 grams. It's interesting. It's like right on the money. I put it in the oven at 210 grams and left it in there for an hour, and it dropped it to exactly 205. That's pretty cool. Anyways, um, so there we have. We have the bar. Now the taste. The taste is really cool. We have you taste the sweetness from the banana, and I don't know what else is in there, but you also taste the coffee, which is really cool. So we got kind of like a sweet, like a banana coffee flavor, I guess. So let me break this open. It's not crumbly or anything, so it breaks open kind of not really nice. Just opens right up. There you go. Smooth. And I just want to taste so I can describe it to you on the phone. I mean, on the video here. And it's really good. To me, it's really good. I mean, everybody in the house likes it as well. It's got that coffee flavor and the banana. You taste the banana. You're biting the seeds. It's like, it's gritty. I mean, it's chewy and it's gritty. You have a chewy flavor. You have a chewiness to it, and it's gritty and it tastes clean. And it's thick too. So you got a lot of bar here. Let me take a drink. You got a lot of bar here for one meal. I mean, this is a full meal replacement according to the macronutrients that I have listed here. We got 750 calories in this one bar. Okay, this is a full meal. 32 grams of protein, 22 grams of fat, which are 3.5 of that is saturated fat, 100 grams of carbs, 18 grams of fiber. And what else am I missing? 45 grams of natural sugars. I don't know if the 1 teaspoon of pure maple syrup changed that a little bit, but I'll have to go back and maybe recalculate that a little bit. But and 80 milligrams of sodium. So this is actually, I feel really confident with this one. I would be very comfortable putting this bar out on the market, or this cookie, or this patty. It looks like something that you just take out and you just flatten it and go throw it on the grill or something. So maybe they can be grit patties or whatever. But I'm kind of liking the cookie idea. I'm just trying to figure out how to brand it because I was gonna do a Grit Bar brand underneath Grit 49. So Grit Bar was gonna be its own brand underneath Grit 49. Grit 49 was gonna house the different various things, and Grit Bar was the e-commerce or the nutrition, the food platform on its own Shopify account or whatever. So Grit Bar, I was going with Grit Bar on that one, but Grit Cookie, I just have to either get used to it or figure out how to play with that and toy with that name a little bit and see, because it would be unique, it would be different. There is one out there called the Complete Cookie, but it's not as clean as this would be. I mean, they're using enriched flour, and this is completely whole. This is totally whole. It's gluten free. There are no nuts in it, so you won't have any nut allergies or anything like that with this bar. or this cookie. But very clean meal. So this is a 100% full meal replacement, and I'm really excited about it. So before I make the next batch, I'm just going to do a little bit more thinking, probably tonight, tomorrow morning, just see if this is going to be it or not. And if you guys have any input, one thing that happened that I want, one thing that came up is I took a little piece like this, about this size, and I put it in the microwave for about 10 to 15 seconds. Okay, and it was smoking, but like a steam, like a strong steam, kind of like when you throw a bag of popcorn in the microwave, and it does the same thing. So, and it's like, and I went to bite it, and it had like a hard chewiness to it, like the bar didn't like the microwave. So I'm trying to figure that out. I'm talking to Caroline. Maybe it could have been the eggs. It could have been the egg whites. Um, I don't know. If you have any input of what you think that might be, I'm all ears. Feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to do some research on that and figure out why that happened. And maybe I'll have to put something on the package that says, please don't microwave or something of that nature. But but that's that. That's where we are. I think we're there. So if this is it, if we come up to if we make the decision, I'll make the decision by tomorrow probably, and then we'll just move forward and start putting this together and see if we can come up with a batch that we can send off to a lab and get our nutritional label and go from there. Boom. So there we are. So anyways, thank you so much for keeping up with me. I'll be sure to keep you posted on more updates. And this is actually really exciting, and I'm looking forward to the next update to see where we're at. And so I'll be in touch soon. Until then, take care, keep moving, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.